Yes, good afternoon, class. I hope you all are fine and healthy. This is Swati, your English teacher. So, we'll be starting with our next prose, which we'll be knowing what it is about. You must be guessing by now that what do you see in front of the screen? What do you see? What is there on the slide? What can you observe? Yes, there are five persons basically. Are they all same? Yes, three are standing while two are sitting. Where they are sitting? Yes, the other two are sitting on a wheelchair. So do you think they are also able to do something? So they are differently able, they are specially abled rather than being called as disabled. What do you have to say about it? Yes, so they are differently abled, which we'll be learning more about it in the story, or you can say the post that we are going to discuss today. So we'll be moving forward with this thought. Yes, to learn about the writer who is E.V. Lucas, Edward Verrall Lucas, 11th to 12th June 1868 was his birth date, and 26th June 1938 is its death date. He was an English humorist. Humorist is someone who writes in a humorous style, basically, funny style, being sassy about it. Essayist, playwright, biographer, publisher, poet, novelist, short story writer, and editor. So multiple things, multiple talent he was having. E.V. Lucas, he was having multiple talents in the field of literature. He is famous for this, for being humorist. Yes, for writing playwrights, for being an essayist, for writing novels, short story writer. So he has written many things. He has given many masterpieces towards the literature. So he was born to a Quaker family on the fringes of London. Lucas began work at the age of 16, apprenticed to a bookseller basically. The Face on the Wall. These are some of the famous works written by him. The Face on the Wall. Sparks from a Flint. Old Rhymes for Old Times, 1891 as EVL. Songs of the Bed, 1892. Bernard Batten and His Friends, A Record of Quiet Lives, 1893. A Book of Verse for Children, 1897. So these were some of the famous works written by E.V. Lucas. Yes, so now we have discussed about the writer or writer of the prose. So we'll be knowing more about it. We'll be moving forward. Yes, before moving forward, we'll be checking what we have just discussed. That which out of these wasn't the profession of the, sorry for this. So which out of these wasn't the profession of the writer, humorist, playwright, or poet, or none of these? I'll give you 10 seconds to give you a response to this question. Yes. Yes. So the answer to this question would be none of these, none of the above, because the author's profession was, the writer's profession was humorist as well, playwright as well, and poet as well. So the answer to this question will become D. So Miss Beam was all that I had expected, middle-aged, full of authority, yet kindly and understanding. Her hair was beginning to turn grey, and she had the kind of plump figure that is likely to be comforting to a homesick child. I asked her some questions about her teaching methods, which I had heard was simple. So he had heard that her teaching methods were simple. So we'll be looking at some of the difficult words which you might find in the passage. Yes. So expected is when you are thinking that this might happen, that there is the possibility for something to happen. So that you found it that he was expecting that Miss Beam would be like this, and he was true to his expectations. She was middle aged, full of authority. Authority means who is having the control over what he or she is doing. Yes, that is what authority means. Yet kindly, having the control but yet being kind, and understanding. And her hair was beginning to turn gray. So beginning means the starting. Her hair started to turn gray, and she had kind of plump figure. Plump means that is soft and a little big stature. So plump basically means having a rounded type of body structure that is likely to be comforting to a homesick child. So her figure looked like that she will be comforting. It will be best for a homesick child who is feeling homesick. So it will be a comforting figure to hold to. I asked her some questions about her teaching methods. So the author or the poet or the author asked Miss Beam certain questions about her teaching methods, which he had heard that they were simple. So we will be moving forward with this now. Yes, the flower beds were this is the type of plump figure that the author was talking about, and this is how the flower beds will look like. Flower beds will look like this. Yes, there was this disturbance. Yes. So if we talk and if we move forward, we'll be looking at a question which makes you to elaborate or think upon this, that what do you understand from a specially able child, and elaborate on a movie that you have seen in which any person or child is facing any disability. Yes. Do you understand the meaning of specially able child? And you will elaborate if you have seen any movie where there is a specially able child and he is facing any disability. Yes. So very good students, you are doing great. Star is a Meeper. That is the most common answer that I have received till now. Yes, there is this child who was suffering from some learning disability. So and he was specially abled child. Specially abled means because they are also special and they may be able to do something that we are also not able to do. So they are special in their own ways, and we are, instead of calling them disabled, we are calling them specially abled child. They are special in their own ways basically. Yes, so moving forward, you have done well with this question. So we'll be checking your understanding now, what you have heard till now. If you understood what's the concept that we have discussed in the previous passage. So you will create a sentence using the word site. Site and flower bed. Site and flower bed. Yes. Very good students. He was out of my sight. Very good. You are done well. And if you talk about flower beds, 5 seconds to do that as well. Yes, he was walking along the flower beds in the garden. Very good students, you have done well. Site and flower bed, you have made sentences from these two words. And the next question is, list the physical traits of Miss Beam. Yes, We have just discussed that what was the author expecting her to be, and what was she looking like. Yes, how she was comforting, having a comforting figure, right? Yes. So you will be listing some physical traits of Miss P. Yes, very good students. You are doing well. She has her hair has beginning started to turn gray basically. Yes, she has plump like figure, which seem to be comforting to a homeless child basically, homesick child. Yes, very good students. She seemed to be authoritative. Very good students. You are doing well. So these were the physical traits of Mrs. Beam. We'll be moving forward now. Yes, so we'll be reading forward again. Moving forward, we'll be reading again. Then no more than is needed to help them to learn how to do things. Simple spelling, adding, subtracting, multiplying, and writing. The rest is done by reading to them and by interesting talks, during which they have to sit still and keep their hands quiet. There are practically no other lessons. The real aim of this school is not so much to teach thoughts as to teach thoughtfulness, kindness to others, and being responsible citizens. Look out of window a minute, will you? I went to the window which overlooked a large garden and a playground at the back. What do you see? Miss Beam asked. Yes. So if you are finding any difficult words in the passage, you can write them in the comment box below. I will be discussing some which I think will be difficult to you. Yes, so no more than is needed to help them, because the author was asking Miss Beam, yeah, that how she teach them. Yes, and he has heard that the method that she uses is simple to the children. So no more than is needed to help them to learn how to do things. So nothing special is being done by Miss Beam, but simple spelling, adding, subtracting, multiplying, and writing were being taught to the children, and the rest is done by reading to them and by interesting talks during which they have to sit still and keep their hands quiet. So there are practically no other lessons. So the only thing that they had to do was that someone was reading the they will be reading to them, they will be reading to them, and by interesting talks, by interesting ways, and they will just have to sit still and listen to them while keeping their hands quiet, while without doing anything, and there were practically no other lessons aside from this. So the real aim for the school of the Miss Fame is not to teach thought, but to teach thoughtfulness, kindness to others, and being responsible citizens. So, citizens are the people who are living in a country. Yes. So, being responsible is when you are taking account of your actions, what you are doing, that why you are doing this, and why you should be doing this, and why should not be doing this. You are taking account of your actions. So, that is being responsible for yourself. So, this Payne school was teaching kindness and thoughtfulness to others, and they are teaching them to be responsible citizens. Look out of the window. She was asking the author that, will you look after the window? So the author went to the window which overlooked a large garden and a playground at the back. So what do you see? Miss Beam asked to the author. So I hope now things are clear to you. We'll be moving forward from here now. Yes. Now what do you see? You will be telling me that what is the importance, why it is important to be kind and to show kindness to others. So why do you think it is important? Do you think it is important? If yes, then explain why do you think it is important, and if no, then also state why being kind is not important. Yes, you can write your responses in the comment box below. Yes, so very good students. You are saying that it is important to be kind because that way we can show that we care. Yes, being kind is good because there is no need to be spreading hatred towards each other. Helping each other always is the best option. Yes. Yes. So if everybody is calm and composed and is kind to each other, then there will be less fights and there will be less trouble with less trouble in the world basically. Yes, that is the right answer that you have given me. Very good, students. So it is important to be kind, and that is what the school of Miss Beam, that is a different kind of school, is teaching to the children, to be thoughtful and to be kind to each other and respect each other. While they were the students were told to respect others who are also not, who are not fully able, but they are specially able, yes, in their own ways. They are teaching them to be thoughtful toward them, to help them, so that they won't feel left out, but they will feel that yes, they are able to do something more what is expected from them. Yes, very good, students. So we'll move forward. You will be filling this blank. I'll give you 10 seconds to think upon it. Dash was the aim of Miss Beam School. I have just said this. You will be giving your responses in the comment box below. Yes, so Dash was the aim of Miss Beam School. Yes, very good, students. So teaching thoughtfulness and kindness basically was the aim of Miss Beam School. Basically, other schools were sometimes thinking about how they can get students to get good grades. They're focused on the grades that the students are having, but Miss Beam School is more about teaching them the thoughtfulness and kindness, because it is a special kind of, we can say, the different kind of school, Miss Beam School. So we'll be moving forward. So we'll do a quick recap of things. So we have seen till now that there is this school, a different kind of school, that where the author has visited. Now he was asking, he would see that the kids were helping each other. But there was this girl who was having a bandage on her eyes, and she was being led on by a small kid towards the school. Yes, walking along the flower bed, and then he asked Miss Beam that what how she teaches the children, and she replied that her main aim is not to teach the addition, subtraction, multiplication. They are being taught that as well, but only the simple things are being taught, and after that they just have to they'll be going to read to them, and they'll just have to sit back still and with their hands still, yes, without doing anything, so that they will be teaching them thoughtfulness and kindness instead of just the academic tasks that are given to them. So this is all about it. So I'll be asking you some questions for the recap. So Evie Lucas was born in what kind of family? Yes. So the first question is, Evie Lucas was born in what kind of family? I'll give you 5 seconds to remember that. What kind of family it was where Evie Lucas was born in? Yes, very good, students. So Evie Lucas was born in Quaker family. Yes, you are right about it. The second question is, the girl eyes were covered with, what was it covered with? We have discussed about it earlier as well. I'll give you 5 to 7 seconds to give answer to this statement. The eyes of the girl were covered with, the eyes of the girl were covered with bandage. Yes, very good, students. So the next question is, the writer came to meet whom in the story? Yes, who was running the school and who did the writer came to meet in the story? Yes, who was it? Yes, very good, students. So it was Miss Beam to whom the writer came to meet in the story. Who was the basically the principal of the school, who was running that school, a different kind of school basically. So the real aim the school was to teach. What was the real aim of the school? What was the school aiming toward teaching? I'll give you 10 seconds to answer this question. Yes. Yes, so the real aim of this school is to teach thoughtfulness and kindness toward each other, to students. Yes, so this is the homework that you'll have to do. The link I'll be pasting in the description box, which you'll have to follow, and you'll find out the difference between your school and the school that is shown in the video. And the first question that is that you will be writing 10 lines on this picture. Yes, so the homework that you'll have to do is you'll be writing 10 lines on this picture that has been given here, and this you'll follow this link and you'll find out the difference between your school and the school that is shown in the video itself. So that is it for today about the different kind of school that is there. We'll be continuing with this course in the next class. Till then, I hope you all stay fine and healthy. We'll be meeting again in the next class. If there are any queries, any words that you're finding difficult, anything that you're not able to understand, you can tell in the comment section below. I'll be reading to your queries and will be replying to those surely. So if you have any suggestions for improvement, you can write them in the comment box below. I will be trying to improve. Yes. So till then, thank you. Thank you for being a good support all this time. So we'll be meeting again in the next class. Yes, the session is going to end soon now.